The world faces a shortage of a key food staple, and that is rice. That's terrible. Countries around the world are reportedly facing the biggest shortage of rice in 2 decades. Citing a report by Fitch Solutions, CNBC reported that the global rice market was set to log its largest shortfall in 20 years. The news comes just as other reports claimed that the rice was to blame for global warming. It's not enough that we're not going to have cattle and beef and chickens. We're not going to have rice either, and let alone the water that's not, it's going to go public, it's going to go private, it's not going to be a public service anymore. Now, according to the agency's estimates, the 2022-23 crop year will see an 8.7 million ton shortage in the global supply, the largest shortfall since 2003-2004, when it was 18.6 million tons. InfoWars reports data from Statista.com shows that global rice production last year was 502.9 million tons, making it the third most produced grain after corn and wheat. However, production has been dropping in recent months as a result of bad weather in rice-producing countries like China and Pakistan, the report notes. China, the largest global producer, which supplies over 148 million metric tons of milled rice to the market in 2021-22, suffered from heavy rains and flooding in the second half of last year, which affected much of the country's rice farmland. Currently, the country is experiencing the highest level of drought in its rice-growing regions in over 2 decades, so both situations could be dire for the vulnerable crop. This is what analysts are saying. Pakistan, with nearly 8% of global rice trade, also faced severe flooding this year, which saw its annual production drop 31%. And furthermore, forecasts claim that India, the world's second largest rice producer, may suffer from intense heat in the second and third quarters of 2023. How would they know that from now? Anyway, so that intense heat, which could also endanger its crop yield. European rice growers, countries such as France, Germany, and the UK, have also been suffering from the highest level of drought in 20 years, which may further endanger this year's supply, analysts say. And due to these shortages, analysts expect rice prices to remain around their current heights, from $16 to $18 per 51 kilogram pack. Now, CWT, which is more than double that of 2020 for the remainder of the year. So that's a double price. Analysts note that apart from supply constraints, rice prices are also affected, of course, by Russia's military operation in Ukraine. The conflict has jeopardized both Ukrainian and Russian grain supplies to the global market, driving up wheat prices, which has made rice an increasingly attractive alternative and boosted demand. And this is by Neam Harris on The People's Voice. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.